All right, here we are from the Ice Den in Scottsdale, back for another AHSHA game here at the D1 level. It's Brophy and the Broncos who have won their last three. They'll be taking on Mountain Ridge and the Mountain Lions. Brophy 2-0-1. Check that. In their last three, they tied with Centennial last night 1-1 in a great game. Both goals came in the third period. And Mountain Ridge is coming off a different situation. They didn't play last night, and they didn't play last weekend. They were supposed to play against Flagstaff. In the game before theirs, the glass broke, so that game got canceled. They'll have to get rescheduled. Mountain Ridge hasn't played in 2 weeks. So rust, that's the question for the team in black and the Mountain Lions. And for Brophy in white, they played last night, and they're ready to go. Brophy at 3 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie. Mountain Ridge has been great so far this year. 6 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. That 1 loss came to Pinnacle. That 1 tie came against Notre Dame earlier in the year. These teams have not faced each other yet this year. Brophy in the white. What's about them? What's their story? It's all about defense and goaltending for the Broncos. Max Milstein, probably the best goalie in Division I in terms of experience. His 3rd year with AHSHA. Last year, he was great for Brophy. This year, no different. A .953 save percentage with a .152 goals against. 2 straight shutouts before last night where he let in 1 goal. He's been outstanding for Brophy, the senior netminder. For Mountain Ridge, their goalie's been really good too. The senior Easton Stiller with 96 on his back, 6-1-1 with a .189 goals against and a .920 save percentage. He was really the question mark coming into this year for Mountain Ridge after they lost John Cano and RJ Cavalcante. Cavalcante moving on to play hockey in Pennsylvania. Cano was a senior. They need a goalie, and Easton Stiller has been good. He's been great. He's been amazing for this Mountain Ridge team. So we're ready to go here on Sunday night. Brophy in the white with the red stripes, and Mountain Ridge sporting their black jerseys in the 25th year of Mountain Ridge hockey here in AHSHA. We're ready to go here on Sunday night. Camden Babin wins the draw back, and this Mountain Ridge team coming off 2 weeks is ready to go after not playing, partly because of the schedule, partly because of the game before them in Flagstaff, like I said, where the glass broke and the game had to get rescheduled. Lorenzo tips it forward. The forward Markinson Lorenzo had a big game last night. He tied the game against Centennial 1-1 with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Coming on the left side is Grantham, throws it in front, and Milstein makes the save. Colin Grantham moving in on the short side. Bork will toss it in. Mason McCosh back for Mountain Ridge, the sophomore. Forward and D, his numbers just jumped off the page this year. 15 points in 7 games. Josh Haggerty across the line. His shot got blocked down with the help of Freights and Gershevich. Now in the corner. Taken away by McDonald. He'll skate it forward. In front of his own bench. He loses it to Grantham. The last time these 2 teams faced off with each other was back in the seeding tournament in late August. Mountain Ridge won the game 5-0, but Brophy head coach Brian Ricci says, we played with them pretty well as the game went along, and we learned how to play their style of hockey. We'll see how that translates 2.5 months later. Max Frakes over the line in the short side circle. He'll take it to the corner. Frakes looks to throw it in front, looking for Musa. Now back in front, backhand try, and a save by Stiller. Oliveri got the chance. Now in the back door, another chance for Oliveri. Playing in just his 3rd game at D1 for this Brophy team this year and making a big impact. Then Jones comes the other way from Mountain Ridge. Nice backhand pass in front. Soft shot save. Rebound. Another stop by Milstein as he shut it down on the far side. Brophy's a team that might not win the shot battle every night, but when you have such a great goaltender in Max Milstein, maybe they don't have to. They win games that are low scoring, 2-1, 1-0, and they lean on their goaltending. For Mountain Ridge, it's not that they're bad defensively, but they're great offensively. Their numbers are incredible. They score 5.5 goals per game through their 8 games they've played so far this year. They've scored 11 power play goals. They've only allowed 15 goals. So put that together, they're allowing less than 2 goals per game. And the backhand in front, shot from the left side, off the stick of Jones is a stop, and another stop by Milstein as Jones let it go from the near side circle. Mentioned Max Milstein. He played with Brophy his freshman year, went full travel his sophomore year, and has been with Brophy the last 2 seasons. He was great last year, and he's been even better this year. When you look at the numbers, the best goalie in Division I is Max Milstein. He can steal you a game against pretty much anybody. Back at the blue line, it's Mount Ridge, trying to play it along the wall. Gershkovich choosing to lose the half wall, and now it comes right back to him, and he'll skate it out with Frakes. Here's Frakes over the line. On the near side, throws it toward the net. Stiller makes the stop. The rebound jumps back in front. Loose puck picked up by the Mountain Lions, and they'll try to skate it out, and they do. Pressure by Lorenzo. Turns it over to Braden Horman. There's Camden Babin, one of the top young players here in Division I. Had a great freshman year last year from Mountain Ridge. 25 points, 13 goals, 8th in AHSHA in points, or 8th in AHSHA in goals, 5th in points as a freshman, and he's been really good here in his sophomore year too. McCosh drops it off for Babin, the dynamic duo for this Mountain Ridge squad. Get it down low for Horman. They try to find McCosh in front. Pressured by Freesky. Back to the blue line is Rahela. Mountain Ridge works the outside here with Horman. Down low for Babin, looks to toss it in front. In front was Brown, no dice, still loose. Milstein gets the pads down and keeps it out. Mountain Ridge with a long offensive zone shift here. A shot from the high slot by Horman is stopped by Milstein as he jumps out in front. You can say coaching advantage, maybe coaching experience goes to Mountain Ridge. Ed Georgievich has been there since the inaugural year back in 1999. And for Brophy, it's first-year head coach Ryan Ricci, former Brophy player and former Brophy JV coach in his first year at the D1 level. McDonald along the wall, kept in by Montoya. Rahela will come down from the blue line and keeping it at the half wall. Montoya behind the goal line, picked up by Brophy. And the Broncos will flip it out with the help of the glass. Oliveri will chase it down, but it's an icing as Brooks gets there first. This is a Mountain Ridge team that had a great year last year. They finished as the number 2 seed in Division I, had 15 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties. They did win in the quarterfinals against Pescatore 2-0 in a game that was really highlighted by RJ Cavalcante, their goaltender at the time, and then lost to Notre Dame by a large margin in the semifinals. Mountain Ridge looking for some revenge and then some. They're in their second year being at the top of D1. Montoya turns with it at the circle, back to Brooks at the blue line, all the way across for Rahela. It looks like a power play, but it's just a regular Mountain Ridge offensive zone shift. They do it to everybody, it seems like. Their forecheck is relentless. They don't give away the puck easily. Here's Rahela back in his own end. First game of the season for Rahela this year was against Pescatore and for the Mountain Lions. Scored 4 goals in the game. Rahela's career or season high in any of his years in AHSHA were just 2 goals. The entire season, he had 4 goals in his first game and has 9 points overall this year with 5 assists as well. Haggerty at the half wall, almost turned it over. Bouncing puck, Rahela picks it up and his shot went off the stick of DiBiase. Sterling can't get it out. It goes past the blocker of Milstein. Foreman will keep it in over to Haggerty, who shoots. It went off the leg of Spencer Milstein and kept away from his brother. Back to the blue, another shot goes wide. Mountain Ridge controlling this game right now, and they finally have to come back and retreat with Jonathan Lewis. Find Horman across the logo, past Burr. Go over to DiBiase, who's pressured by Lewis. Bouncing puck. Samuel gets it deep. McCosh will go back and get it. McCosh's numbers have been outstanding this year. 10 goals and 15 points in 7 games. He was great last year. It's 15 points overall in over 15 games. This year it just took him 7 to get to that total, and he's bound to break it. Maybe even tonight, we'll have to see. They helps it in deep. McCosh behind his own net, and Stiller, who hasn't had to face the shot yet. There was one chance for Brophy in front with Oliveri, but he didn't get the shot away, even though he was one-on-one in the slot. A bouncing puck went over his stick. Frakes comes back the other way. Breaks over the line, drops it for Bork, who shoots, saved by Siller. Those are the two guys you have to look out for offensively for Brophy. It's Max Frakes and it's Jack Bork. Bork just a sophomore, had a great freshman year, 8 points in 20 games, and Frakes was really good too. He was 8th overall in AHSHA in points with 11 goals, 13 assists, and 24 points last year for the Brophy Broncos. This year hasn't been his way in terms of points, but head coach Ryan Ricci says he's playing a little bit more defense in terms of they don't have as many defensemen there on an everyday basis as he lets it go from the blue line. And it's saved by Siller. But he's been overall a really good player for them and now a senior at Brophy. One of the few pure teams at Division I. Broncos win the draw. Frakes gets it down behind the net. Gretzky went in for it. Mount Ridge breaks it out the other way. Cross-ice pass for Jones. Jones will backhand it in deep. Bailey behind the net, tosses it in front. Milstein had the right pad down. Anything along the ice, he's going to stop. Milstein, as good as it gets. Big slap shot, another save by Milstein as it was wound up by Gallo. It goes past Brooks. Icing waved off as they deem it went off his stick. Killer plays it back for Gallo, who sees time at both the forward and the defensive spots for this Mount Ridge team over the years. Nice play, picking it off is Brophy coming in, and a shot saved by Siller. Rebound chance came back in front. That was Saya coming down from the blue line to stop that. No, Spencer Milstein, excuse me. Milstein with a nice play to cut it off the blue and get a good high danger shot in on Siller. Now it comes back out in front. Mount Ridge working the goal line. Brophy takes it away and McDonald comes out with it. McDonald and Spencer Milstein have been around a while. They've been around the block with this Brophy squad. They toss it in front. One chance, no. Second chance, couldn't put it home. That was Oliveri again. A few chances for the usual JV player now playing at D1 as the net comes off and we get the whistle with 6:35 to go. Brophy turning it up offensively in the recent few minutes. Oliveri with the most recent chance. Spencer Milstein came down and had a shot as well. Brophy, a program that has a JV team and a D1 team, so it's not your usual call-up if you're making a change and you need a player for the D1 game. JV and D1, the two levels that are the furthest away from each other, of course. Spencer Milstein takes the body on Babin, plays it well. The puck bounced on him. He still takes it to the corner out of a high danger area. It's Brown, Babin, and Horman, the forward set for Mountain Ridge, as Rahella's shot is paddled to the glass. Gilchrist fighting for it, goes down to a knee. Back out to the blue Babin, who shoots along the ice, save on a deflection try by Brown. Babin to Brown behind the net. Burr takes it away. Gilchrist's backhand, can't get it out. Kept in by Lewis, who shot, didn't get tipped. Mountain Ridge is looking for the tip in front. A lot of shots from the blue line. Rahela walks in now, and he puts it into the glove of Milstein, who is split to his left to make the stop. Fast-moving first period so far. Chances for both teams, and Mountain Ridge is looking to break the brick wall. That is Max Milstein. You see Rahela here at the blue line. He waited for his man to get out in front, maybe get a tip on it. That was Connor Brown, but he couldn't get his stick in the way in time. Foreman loses this draw, but Babin came in to take it away. Lewis puts it in down the wall. Brown to Babin in the near side corner. Back to Rahela. His shot, easily patted aside by Milstein. This keeps up. Mountain Ridge might have 40 or 50 shots tonight, but there haven't been a ton of high danger chances. Here's another one. Babin toward the net, save, rebound try was cleared out of harm's way by Brophy. Turnover chance. Babin in front, taking off his stick. Rahela from the blue line, and it got deflected out of play. Brown might have got a piece on the deflection. 5:09 to go in the first period. Milstein is seeing a lot of rubber, but the key word there is seeing it. Mountain Ridge hasn't done good enough job of getting in his eyes. Milstein has been able to see every shot so far. Off the draw, it's Gallo. For Montoya, back behind the net. Mountain Ridge has done a good job working that goal line, then trying to get out in front. Mahan will take it to the corner. Nick Mahan into the circle, and the backhand still looking for it. Loose puck in the crease, bodies flying everywhere, and Brophy will come out with it with Musa. Brandon Musa across the line will get it deep. Brophy gets into the offensive zone for the first time in a while, after Mountain Ridge controlled that last shift or two. McDonald lays a big hit along the wall. Mountain Ridge turns it over in neutral. Here's McDonald across the line. At the circle, he shoots, saved by Stiller. Rebound chance came out in front, but was through the air and through the crease. Montoya and Gallo battle for it. That being Noah, his brother Sam, the defenseman. Mountain Ridge with numbers down low as Spencer Milstein takes him to the corner. It comes in on Max, who uses his paddle to put it into his glove. Look at that. That was pretty slick. But the goaltender is going to see a lot of pucks tonight, and we know that. But with some goalies, the more rubber they see, the better they play. Milstein along the wall. Back to the blue for Mountain Ridge. They toss it in front. Deflection chance went wide. Grantham might have got a piece of it. Grantham looked for the backhand try. Haggerty looked to toss it in front. Milstein got a piece of it. DiBiase picks it off. Will go through the center. Samuel puts it deep into the zone. They are battling for it. Bork lifting sticks, and Davin will backhand it deep. 3:20 to go in the first of a scoreless game so far. McCosh back out there as well. Mountain Ridge has pretty much done everything but score. So it is not a glass wall with Milstein. It's a brick wall. Here's McCosh. Lost it. And he tried to move in on the backhand. Davin in front, bouncing puck, and Milstein covers. That's going to be the key for Brophy tonight. How many times can they get stoppages? Can they cover the puck as much as possible? Once they get 45-second minute shifts in the defensive zone, they get tired, and that's where mistakes can happen. Family looks to push it forward on the faceoff. It goes past Rahela. Haas will chase it down with Brooks. 3 Broncos on the forecheck here. Fortuitous bounce off a Mountain Ridge skate for them. Through neutral ice. LeVake lost it. LeVake with a great year last year, 12 points in 15 games. Also had 2 shorthanded goals. So far, 3 points in 7 games for Brady LeVake. Brophy gets a full change. It comes right back to him. Breaks, plates it ahead from Musa. Nice pass to Lorenzo. 3-on-2 for Brophy. Lorenzo left the puck with him. All the way across for Samuel. Samuel to the blue. Breaks, turns with it. He'll backhand it to the open slot. Big hit in the corner. Lorenzo almost went down. Gilchrist looked to put, or Gersevich tried to put it deep. Good down for Lorenzo. Taken off his stick by Brooks. Bouncing puck in the slot. Nobody can handle it as we go under 2 minutes here in the first period. Breaks makes a nice play off the wall. He'll go 1-on-2 against the Mountain Ridge D. His shot saved by Stiller. Got a piece of his blocker and also slammed his stick as well. Ben Jones across the line for the Mountain Lions. Gersevich puts it in front. They score. It's Bailey. Sean Bailey puts it in front and puts it in the back of the net with 89 seconds to go in the first period. Brophy thought they had their man back behind the net. It was a slick pass back behind and far side goal for Sean Bailey. His 6th goal of the year. Even strength puts Mountain Ridge up 1-0. They're going to give Jones the assist on that one. It was a very nice pass from back behind the net. And Bailey found just enough room to get it past Milstein to put Mountain Ridge up 1-0. They also get the secondary assist to Jonathan Lewis. So Jones and Lewis on the assist on the Bailey goal, as this is offside, our first offside of the game. With 1:12 to go in the first. So for Jones, it's assist number 3. For Lewis, it's assist also number 3. And Bailey with the goal, as I mentioned, it's 6th goal of the year in his 9th game. Bailey looks for another, and Milstein makes the stop with his blocker and covers it up. What's very fortuitous with this Mountain Ridge team, we mentioned they haven't played a ton of games yet. They've only played 8 compared to Brophy. They played 9. Other teams have played 10, 11. I think Notre Dame might be playing number 12 tonight. I'm just kidding. They have played a lot of games, though, and they play Desert Vista tonight as well. Lewis from the blue line, stopped in front, still loose, and Milstein pokes it away with his stick. Gallo at the top, held the line, down to Babin, tried to feed the front, nobody home, another try by Horman. Milstein got in front of it, but couldn't hold on to it. Picked up by McDonald, and out. So 2 weeks off, no issues for this Mountain Ridge team that was just chomping at the bit to get going. Pass across for Babin, 25 seconds to go in period number 1. Babin at the top, his shot went wide. He's looking for a tip from Brown. One more try, Gallo at the blue, his shot saved by Milstein. Babin takes it around, wraparound try, still loose, batting at it, Brown, and Milstein makes the save. Babin went behind the net and did it efficiently, as well as Brown found his spot in front, and then it was hack and whack time. This shot goes wide to the short side. After the save, Babin goes quickly around the net and put it in front for Brown, but Milstein saw it the whole way and makes the stop. 11 seconds for Mountain Ridge to work with until the end of the period, as the shot fell off the draw from Babin. Was brought down by Milstein. Another try and another pad stop. Bork will take it back behind the net, just hoping for the buzzer, and they get it. End of 1-0 Mountain Ridge. Sean Bailey with the goal, with Jones and Lewis on the assist. It's a 1-minute intermission, so we'll be right back for period number 2. All right, back for period number 2. 1-0 Mountain Ridge after 1. They lead on the scoreboard. Sean Bailey with the goal, assist to Ben Jones and Jonathan Lewis. And they also lead in shots, 16-5. They dominated period number 1. Brophy had their chances. They had their opportunities. Oliveri had a few chances. Spencer Milstein had a chance as well, as Matt Frakes gets some help from the officials on the net guard. Then we're ready to go for period number 2. Spencer Milstein over to Blake Burr, the top D pair for this Brophy team for the past few years. Blake Burr has been on this D1 team for over 3 years, now in his senior year for Brophy. Won a D2 championship a few years back for Brophy before they entered the D1 fold. were so good at D1 that they moved up, or D2 that they moved up to D1 the next year and caused some havoc too. Teams led by Finn Forrester and Cooper Flynn. Connor Rassis as well as Millsine makes the stop. They had a few big losses from last year to this year, Brophy did, including Flynn and Connor Rassis and Curry Wilga, the top three seniors for them that they lost. Flynn now playing for the U of Arizona Wildcats club team, the ACHA level, and he probably could have been mistaken as a college kid during maybe his sophomore year of high school. He was a tall and big kid ever since he came into hockey. Back to McCosh at the blue line. He'll stop and walk down the circle. At the goal line, Spencer Millsine takes it away. It goes off the wall, not enough for icing. Chris Brooks back for Mountain Ridge, put it off the back of the net, pass in front. DiBiase shoots, save! It got the post as well. Stiller might have got a piece with the blocker, but there was a little bit of a space there. It comes back out in front. That was McDonald, on the chance in front. Brophy's had a few chances. They just haven't been able to finish it off. That's kind of been the story of their season. Head coach Ryan Ricci says, yeah, our numbers don't look great offensively, but the luck just isn't going our way. And in this game, you can see it. We have our first penalty coming up. It's going to be against Brophy for that hit in the corner. Levaque makes a few moves in that corner. Back to Lewis at the blue line. Mountain Ridge gets the sixth skater on. Shot in front, and Millsine makes the stop. A minute and 39 into the second period. We have our first penalty of the game, and they're going to take McDonald. As he gets the official word. So power play for Mountain Ridge, and we know how great their offense is. That call is reporting for McDonald on that play in the corner. We know how great their offense is with, I mentioned, 5.5 goals per game. Their power play is even better. They've played 8 games, as I mentioned, 6-1-1 is their 9th game. They've scored 11 power play goals, which is the most in Division I. Even some teams that have played 9 or 10 games can't stack up to their power play numbers. Burr can't slap it out. It's going to be a hand pass here against Mountain Ridge, as Babin was carrying it down the far side, which will bring the faceoff out of the offensive zone for the Mountain Lions. It's their top unit of Brown, Horman, Babin, McCosh, and Rahela. As Babin right off the draw with speed. Pass in front. Millsine made the stop. Babin back in front. Chance in front for Horman, but he couldn't put it home. Mountain Ridge really starting to find their legs now. That's the speed that we're used to with the Mountain Lions, especially with Babin right off that draw in neutral ice, right toward the net. Here's Connor Brown. Brown across the line. Let's see how they set it up. Brown at the goal line. They have Babin down the slot. He goes all the way around for McCosh. 40 seconds gone in the boarding call against McDonald. Loose puck. Frakes will pick it up along the wall, through the legs of Rahela and out. It is a dangerous power play, one that moves quick, one that gets high danger chances, and as we've seen all night, one that works by the goal line a lot. Here's McCosh across the line. On the forehand, his shot was deterred by Burr. Burr in the corner, battling with Connor Brown. He makes a nice spin move to keep possession. Rahela back at the top. Babin, McCosh at the circle. Shot saved by Millsine with the glove, and he gives a little tap to Braden Horman. Didn't like how close he was to the net. And Matt Frakes gives him a little second tap to say it's time to go back to the bench. Said it, if Millsine sees it, most likely he's going to save it. Bailey was the only one to get it past him early in this game, late in the first period. On a shot that Millsine basically had no chance on. Bailey was wide open in front and made Brophy pay as the Broncos get a full clear. They keep on Rahela in this unit with McCosh, and they switch up their 3 forwards. Here's Grantham across the line on the backhand. Watched by Spencer Millsine, who takes him into the wall. Haggerty on the far side. Takes it down to the goal line. They have 10 seconds to work with on the power play. Grantham to Haggerty. Pressured by Frakes. Kosh keeps it at the top. Kosh for Grantham in front. Saved by Milstein. Out of the box is McDonald. Mahan plays with it. McDonald to the bench. They get back to even strength. Mountain Lions still working back behind the goal line. Shot from long range. Almost threw off Milstein as it went wide. First power play is killed for Brophy against Mountain Ridge. Mahan back behind the net. They keep the offensive shift going. Back at the top, McCosh. Right along the ice, stopped by his own man in Haggerty. Picked up by Samuel, but he lost it to Grantham. Brophy desperately needing a clear here, and it's just going to sputter into neutral ice. Period of the long change. Brophy is going to have to skate it to the red and get it in, and that's exactly what Frakes does. He puts it to the side of the net. He'll go for a change, and Brophy gets all 5 new guys. Something they desperately needed. Brophy got their D on late, that being Burr. Bork did a nice job of back checking in place. And Brophy gets it cleared out. Zach Bork on that back check. He's been playing a little bit of D this year. Mentioned Brophy defensively. He's played with a couple of injuries, along with just a numbers game. A lot of forwards and not a lot of defenders. Bork did a nice job of taking it away. Shot went wide off of Haas's stick. Freshman for this Brophy team. Mountain Ridge picks it up and will come the other way. Noah Gallo gets it in deep. Montoya back behind the net. Davins out there for a double shift, playing with a couple guys that he's not usually with. And Brophy ices the puck with 9:14 to go in the second. A more choppy second period than it was in the first. More stoppages. And Mountain Ridge just kind of leaning on Brophy right now. A lot of shifts in the offensive zone and shifts with duration. 30 seconds, 35 seconds, just kind of beating down the Brophy team, which has held strong so far. Let's see if they can keep doing it. They'll send out Samuel for the draw, and he wins it forward. Nice pass off the wall to Saya. Oliveri took a hit at the line. Frakes comes down from the blue line and shoots it way high over the shoulder of Stiller, and it caroms all the way back down to Brophy's end. For Mac Frakes, an offensive player, playing defense, gonna have to take some chances. Actually down in this game now. McCosh's shot went off a leg. Gurskovich got in the way. Now his stick goes flying, that being a Brophy stick, and Samuel goes to get it. That was his piece of lumber. Down low, Milstein makes the stop and puts it right back into his area and covers it. Mountain Ridge dominating on the shot total, 22, now 23-7. See this replay of Milstein's save, and quickly covered it up before any rebound try as Gurskovich forced Gallo and his crew to get out of the way. The only goal in this game scored by Sean Bailey at the end of the first period. Even strength goal. We only had one penalty. That came here in the second on a boarding call. Connor McDonald. Brophy killed off. and Frakes fighting for it. Mountain Ridge takes it back. Levake. Push to the wall. Couldn't control it. Lewis has to go and chase after it. For Brophy, the longer they can keep this game 1-0 and then have one of their chances, which they've had this game, here might be another one. Frakes just lost it. Jumped over his stick. Now he has to hurry back. Mountain Ridge has numbers. Bailey again takes it to the corner. Frakes pushes him off the puck. Backhands it forward. Picked up by DiBiase. His pass went awry. Levake puts it right back in. Bailey there first. Puts it in front, taken away by Musa. Brophy's had opportunities. They just have to keep this game 1-0 and hope one of those chances gets in the back of the net past Stiller. Burr carried it forward. Mountain Ridge with numbers the other way. Ben Jones, pass in front for Levesque, who shoots and scores. Brophy was cheating offensively, and they got caught. Levesque makes them pay on a nice shot to the blocker side of Millside, and he makes it 2-0 with under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Nice pass from Jones. He found the trailer, and Levesque, whose shot went off the post and in. Nothing Millside could do on that one. Brady Levesque with the goal to make it 2-0 Mountain Ridge. His second goal of the season. They give the assist to Jones and another assist to Lewis. So Jones and Lewis have the assists on both goals so far today. Just the goal scorer changes. 2-0 Mountain Ridge in front. Brophy needs to push now. They've had opportunities, but they haven't been consistent. They could go 5-6 minute stretches without getting anything. That goes to show how good Mountain Ridge is playing. Connor Brown looked to kick it to himself. Taken off his stick and backhanded out by Freesky. Brown tipped it in. Mentioned Mountain Ridge just kind of leaning on Brophy at the moment, forcing mistakes and keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Brooks plays it off the wall. Babin picks it up on the logo. Babin across the line. Look at his speed. Nice move. Babin to the backhand, and he couldn't lift it. Still loose in the blue paint. Who's got it? Cleared out by Brophy for the moment. Oh, it just rolled on Babin at the last moment, or else it would have been a highlight reel goal. Here's Braden Horman, whose shot gets deflected out of play. Under 6 minutes to go, and Babin almost had the chance of a lifetime. This was right after it, as everybody was fighting for it. And Freesky got there just in time to get it away from Horman. So Grantham will take the draw for Mountain Ridge, who, with their shots and their chances, could easily be up 4-5-0 in this game. Breaks with a nice breakout pass. Oliveri will high flip it out, but Rahela caught it within midair. Nice catch by Rahela. Usually all the forwards need the hand-eye coordination for the tips, right? How about the defenders? Catch the puck out of midair and put it down. At the end of the second period and at the start of the third, only a minute intermission, we'll give some updates on other games in D1 around the league. Notre Dame and Desert Vista playing over in the other rink. Horizon faced off at Centennial earlier today too. Haggerty's shot and a nice easy glove save from Millstein. So easy, he caught it, flipped it up to himself, and just snatched it out of midair. This is a goalie that is uber confident, that is uber talented as well. Five minutes to go in period number 2. Burr back behind the net. Breaks and We're going to have to turn it up now. Mountain Ridge puts this one out of play off the stick of Sam Gallo. Or did it get a piece of a Brophy stick? Let's see where they put the face off. Nope, off of Gallo. Back to the Brophy offensive side of the ice. Oh, they'll put it at neutral here because it happened right at the red line. Mountain Ridge wins the draw, and Haggerty slaps it in. Breaks back in the corner. Uses the middle of the ice to get it to Oliveri. 3-on-2 for Brophy if they hurry. They'll dump it in along the far side. Sam Gallo goes back for it. Oliveri, DiBiase, and Musa, the 3 forwards for Brophy. Breaks, tosses it down low. Lewis is the first man there. Can he get it past Musa? He cannot. Musa tried to backhand it in front. He got taken hard to the boards. Mountain Ridge comes back the other way. Burr with a nice move at neutral. He'll toss it in. Brophy needing more time in the offensive zone now. Under 4 minutes to go in period number 2. Turnover, Haas looking for it. He was held down by the jersey, no call coming. Now a call coming against Mountain Ridge, and let's see who they take. It looked like a hold. Let's see who they take. It looks like Haggerty, and that's exactly who it is. Haggerty for holding. That's the call. Or check that with a rough, or do they call that a hold? See exactly what they got. They got rough on that one. Either way, Brophy on the power play. First time for them tonight. Their unit consists of Bork, Freesky, McDonald, or not, check that, Milstein, Frakes, and Samuel. Not a must score, but one you'd really like to get some offensive momentum going on. For the Brophy Broncos, Samuel looks to toss it in front. Babin takes it away and will high flip it all the way down. Frakes is going to have to go and chase after this one. Milstein came out and will play it across to his brother in Spencer. The captain of this Brophy team. Spencer across the line, couldn't get the shot away. Jones applying pressure. Milstein pinned to the wall. Here's Bork, back to the top. Freesky shot through traffic, went off his stick. Bork shoots, he couldn't get all of it though. He was wide open in the slot and just went off the toe of his stick. Let's see if we can get another look at that one. Possibly the best chance came right to Bork. He had room, just couldn't get much on that shot. Maybe the pressure of Rahela, maybe the puck just bounced on him. They'll kick Bork out. Freesky will take the draw. Wins it back, and Mountain Ridge clears it down. A minute gone in the roughing call against Haggerty. 2:40 to go in the second period. 2-0 Mountain Ridge. Sean Bailey and Brady LeVake with the 2 goals. Easton Siller's been good so far tonight. Been perfect. 9 for 9. This play is onside. Mountain Ridge will give it right back. Let's see if he can chase up to it. Look at McCosh, and he scores! Short-handed goal for Mason McCosh. He came out of nowhere to pick up that loose puck and deposits it in the back of the net. This is his 4th short-handed goal this year and his 11th goal overall. Watch how he came out of nowhere and went glove side on Milstein and then did the high kick as a celebration to make it 3-0 Mountain Ridge. $11 goals for McCosh. That's going to come off the stick of Babin as he's the one who cleared it out. I don't know if they did it on purpose. If you ask them, they'll probably say yes. Nevertheless, it worked out. 2:10 to go in the second. 25 seconds to go on the power play for Brophy. So that takes a lot of air out of it. A shorthanded goal by McCosh. His 4th shorthanded goal of the year. This is only his 8th game. And 11th goal overall. He had 16 points. Up there with the best of them in D1. Right now it's Kamen, who has just a gaudy 30 points in 9 games. It's insane to even think about. Over 3 points a game for him. Haggerty's out of the box. Good PK for Mountain Ridge. Even good, better than good. You saw a goal on it too. Why not? Babin and McCosh right now 7 and 8 in AHSHA in terms of points. You have the likes of Kamen, Smith, Forzone, Mickey, Orion Pesic, who I really like to watch. He's a great player from Horizon. And then you get to the 2 Mountain Ridge kids. These are not seniors. These are underclassmen in Babin and McCosh doing really nice work. And really impressive work. All those other kids I mentioned in the list are seniors and juniors. Under a minute to go in period number 2. 3-0 Mountain Ridge. 2 even strength goals and now a shorthanded goal. 3 goals by 3 different players. They dominated possession. They're dominating on the shot totals. Haas across, looking for Samuel. His shot in front, and that was a dangerous chance. Stiller had to make the stop. DiBiase took a spill with 25 seconds to go. Thor gets the tip in from Haas. Babin behind his own net. Gearing it up, turns it over to DiBiase. Mountain Ridge right back on him with 10 seconds. Babin just looked to put it across. Get it over to Levake. One more chance with 5. With 4, Levake shoots off the leg of Burr with 2, with 1. That'll be the end of the second period. 3-0 Mountain Ridge in front. Tripling in shots, 27-9. They've been dominant so far tonight. We'll be right back for period number 3. Back for period number 3. A little bit of technical difficulties. I think a puck or something might have hit the battery of one of our cameras. Our main man, Ben Smith, going to look over at that. So I'll be giving you the time. I'll be giving you the score. It is 3-0. It is about 20 seconds into the third period. And Brophy's in the white, Mountain Ridge in the black. I told you I'd give you some live scores, and we have some live scores, if you know what I mean. Hamilton and Chap are playing tonight. I believe that game's over in Chandler. That would make sense. Hamilton has decided to completely wake up. They've had a slower start to the year in terms of their record. However, right now, they're up 9-2 on Chap, which isn't having their greatest year for the Firebirds. But Hamilton putting up 9 goals on anybody is very impressive. And I say that because we have another game tonight in Desert Vista playing against Notre Dame. Notre Dame, a very good team as it comes back out in front. Babin looking for it. His shot was blocked down and cleared out. Notre Dame, a great team, 5-2-3 this year. Desert Vista struggling a little bit. However, a 3-5-1 respectable record. Now we have is that going to be a penalty is the question. It was a hit right in front of Brophy's bench, and head coach Ryan Ricci is wondering, well, how is that not a penalty? He's holding his hands out. He's saying, how is there nobody going to the box? And now there will be a mountain lion going to the box. Connor Brown. Let's see what they give him. It looked like boarding. We'll see if they give him more than 2 minutes is the question. There's a 2-minute call on the scoreboard right now, and that's exactly what they're going to do. 2 minutes for roughing is the official call. So power play for Brophy, their second tonight. I mentioned Notre Dame and Desert Vista. I want to give you the score of that one. Now 3-1 Desert Vista. Very impressive from the Thunder. They are in the third period, about halfway through. Really nice job by the Thunder. Impressive too. Notre Dame has almost everybody tonight except Sam Borzone, but still a very talented team. Let's see if Brophy can make it pay here on the power play. Bork had a chance in front. They're 0 for 1 so far, and they've also given up a shorthanded goal to Mason McCosh. The official calls this one down. What are they going to call on this one is the question. It comes back to Brophy's end. maybe a high stick, and yes, that's what they're going to say. So Brown is in the box for roughing. It was a vicious hit in front of the Brophy bench on Gerskevich, who seems to be all right and is right back up and out there on the bench for the Broncos. Turnover, Babin in front. He whiffed on it. Completely whiffed on it. Got a beautiful chance in front. Just tried to shoot it and the puck didn't go the way he wanted it to. Comes out in front. Lorenzo looked to jump on it. Babin got there first and almost scraped the ceiling with his clearing attempt. Frakes takes his man off the puck, that being Horman, who got there in time as well. Here's McCosh. Maybe another shorthanded goal in his future. Over to Gallo. Gallo shoots and he put it high and off the netting. Look at that Babin chance in front. Nobody even near him, and he just whipped on it. He fanned on it. So those are the games that we have live tonight. DV beating up on Notre Dame 3-1. Hamilton really taking it to Shap 9-2. And this game right here, 3-0 Mountain Ridge. That Desert Vista team, that's an impressive game. Against the Notre Dame team that we mentioned, first-year head coach, Taylor Nelson, it really hasn't clicked for them this year. And, well, a key reason why is because they haven't had everybody there, their entire roster, there for a full game this year. Penalty upcoming against Brophy. Stiller goes to the bench. Sixth man on for Mountain Ridge. Will we play 4-on-4 is the question, as the penalty against Brown is still intact, and we will. So Brown is going to be in the box for 40 more seconds. We're going to play 4-on-4 for 40 seconds. And who are they getting from Brophy here? It looks like Spencer Milstein. It is. He seems dejected. Cross-check is the call. So X out that Brophy power play. They only had 1:20 to work with. They cancel out, and Mountain Ridge will get a power play in 40 seconds. After he played some 4-on-4. Breaks back at the goal line. Burr to Musa. Let's see how both teams react with more open ice. Samuel looks to get it in deep. McCosh turns with it really nicely. Talk about how quick Babin is. McCosh the same way. And those two communicate without even talking, it feels like. They know where each other is going to be and where they're going. Jones looked to toss it in front. Brophy takes it away. Go off the wall and out with Frakes. Brown is out of the box. Power play for Mountain Ridge. They get Brown in. And they send out, looks like Gallo. Shot saved by Milstein with the right leg as LeVake came down the slot. Brooks' shot was blocked and cleared all the way down by the Broncos. Broncos have allowed 5 power play goals this year in 9 games. And we mentioned Mountain Ridge's numbers, 11 power play goals in 8 games coming into tonight. Burr will slap it around the wall. It came right back to him after it was blocked down. Tries the glass. Unfortunate bounce, or unlikely bounce, but it was fortunate. It did get out of the zone, and this is an offside play. 10:53 to go in the third. 35 seconds to go for Mountain Ridge on their power play. Right off the draw, the Mountain Lions go right back to work. Up 30-10 in shots. And been very good this year. Looking for their second shutout win. Their other one came against Hamilton 3 weeks ago. Rahela in front, saved by Milstein, and he will cover. I mentioned that game back on September 15th. Mountain Ridge over Basha Perry, 8-2, which was the score of the first 2 games for Mountain Ridge, 8-2. Both wins, of course. But Rahela, who had 2 goals as a season high in his first few years playing with AHSHA at D1 level, had 4 goals in that game. a defenseman scoring 4 goals is unlikely, but one that maybe doesn't pride himself as an offensive defenseman. In Kyle Rahela, I think if you asked him that, he'll tell you the same thing. It was a crazy sight to see. Those, you come to the rink and you're going to see something different every time. That's what happened that night. Milstein is out of the box. We're back to even strength. Both teams 0 for 2 on their respective power plays. Here's Lewis across the line on the far side. Long-range shot stopped by Milstein. Milstein has made now 29 saves on 32 shots. And Stiller has only seen 10 shots on goal. Those Brophy chances that they had in the first period and maybe early in the second are not coming as common now. They had some really high danger opportunities. Mountain Ridge has tightened up defensively. Over 5 minutes gone here in the third. Right off the draw, they score. It's Haggerty. Nice face-off drop. Haggerty stepped up, went far side. The Mountain Lions take a 4-0 lead. He had the chance a couple seconds earlier. Milstein got the better of him. This one, it was just a tie-up off the draw, and Haggerty let it fly. Past the blocker of Milstein and into the back of the net. Haggerty makes it 4-0 Mountain Ridge. His first goal of the year in his 7th game, his 2nd point. So first goal for Haggerty. Makes it 4-0. They rule it unassisted. Brophy looking to come back the other way. The Brophy team I mentioned has had trouble putting the puck in the back of the net this year. They had 15 goals, or check that, 14 goals coming into this year, to this game. And this year it has not been easy. Gotten shut out on a numerous amount of times. 3 shutouts against, and 2 shutouts for. So it's, if they lose, it's 1-0. If they win, it's 1-0. It's just kind of that, been that kind of season for the Broncos, where the most they've scored in the game has been 3. They've done it twice. They're going to need 4 tonight in a matter of 9 minutes to at least tie this game up. They scored 3 against Campo in a loss on the 21st of September. Then they scored 3 in a win against Vassar Perry 2 weekends ago on the 19th of October against the Bearcats. Stiller has not been tested much tonight. Been sharp when needed, though. Nice move by Bork. Couldn't get past the third man. Gallo picks it up and crosses the line. Gallo in front. Milstein waits for it to calm down, but then turn the puck over. Snow building up in front of that Brophy bench, as it does in every third period. For every team and every game. No ice cuts between the periods here in regular season. Really got to clear that puck if you're going to use the wall. Is the lesson learned. Maybe a good lesson to learn in all reality. 8 minutes to go here in the third. Foreman took it away from DiBiase, who tried to force a turnover on a pass that was going nowhere. Burr will go back to chase it. Off the glass. Kicked in by Gallo, but kept out as it went off the face mask of Babin. Foreman just looked to slide it ahead. Burr read it the whole way. Lorenzo the other way. Had the only goal for Brophy last night against Centennial. His pass went awry. Here's Foreman the other way for Mountain Ridge. Braden Horman with a few nice moves. Taken away by Brophy. Lorenzo will swipe it in and go chase after it. First man there as his team's in a change. He's going 1-on-4. Takes a reverse hit from Horman. Now Musa right off the bench is there to help. Rahela's taken down. No call. Babin comes back the other way. Goes all the way across for Chris Brooks. Brooks has worked his way up the Mountain Ridge program from D2 in the lower levels to playing D1 and played every game last year for Mountain Ridge, all 20. And then, of course, 2 playoff games. With speed, it's Bailey. He had the first goal tonight. Nice defense by Milstein. Musa catches up to this one, but it'll be an icing, as he couldn't get to the red. It's 6:10 to go in the third. That DV in Notre Dame game now 3-2. Notre Dame got one back now. Recently, Adam Kaplan with a goal. He's been scoring more this year for Adam, his 4th year at D1 for Notre Dame. Saw Adam today in the lobby. Said he was fortunate to be here. His junior Sun Devils team was in Chicago today, and they sadly lost the semifinal game of their tournament, but because they lost, they were able to be here for their AHSHA game. So, negative and positive. Lose the travel semifinal, get to play in the AHSHA game. Why not? So that'll be an interesting one as that goes down to the wire, that Desert Vista Notre Dame game. Brophy just looking for one here to break the ice. Pun intended, and down went Haas. 5.5 to go in the third. Mountain Ridge just kind of knowing their place and knowing exactly where they deserve to be, which is probably the top 3, maybe even the top 2 of Division 1. The only hill they haven't climbed yet this year has been Pinnacle, and they will see them next week. Next weekend, that will be a Sunday night game on the 10th. We will have it for you. Most likely, as Mountain Ridge and Pinnacle will hook up. Those two teams played back earlier in the year, and it was a very good game. It was 2-0 Pinnacle, 5 minutes into the second period, and Mountain Ridge came right back. Braden Horman and Babin scored to make it 2-2 at the end of the second, but George Hammond with 1:44 to go made it 3-2 Pinnacle, and they won that game. Pinnacle, only one loss on the year. That loss was to Notre Dame. So, it's kind of a triangle here. Mountain Ridge lost to Pinnacle. Pinnacle lost to Notre Dame. Notre Dame has had a couple of losses this year and a couple ties, but they've shown up in the biggest of games. Milstein with the shoulder save and the clear down by Brophy with 4:10 to go for an icing. And then the week after, the 16th, it's going to be a Saturday game, is Notre Dame and Pinnacle, which was a great game earlier in the year. Notre Dame was down a couple goals in that game, if I remember correctly. Drew Jaswin got a 10-minute misconduct, their captain, and Notre Dame somehow found a way back, and they beat Pinnacle. See those two teams match up on the 16th, as all 3 top teams, they're predicted to be top 3. Mountain Ridge, Notre Dame, and Pinnacle, all predicted to be in the top 3, but we'll see who comes out on top. Mahan the other way, caught up in his skates on a 2-on-1. Tried to feed the front, blocked down by Frakes. McMahon had a great start to his year with 6 points in his first 4 games. Hasn't had points since, however. As we come down to the home stretch, we're about halfway through. This will be the 10th game for Brophy. Or check that, it'll be 11th game for Brophy. Wow. And the 9th game for Mountain Ridge, because they started out the season late. They were the last team to play their first game, and that game against Basha with Rahela with the 4 goals. As Bork moves into the slot on the backhand, couldn't put it in front. And then they had that game rescheduled with Flagstaff with the glass breaking last weekend. So they're going to have to play more games than the others at the end of the season, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. Get a top 4 seed, which they all but will do. They're going to move to 7-1-1 after this game. They won't have to play in the play-in round, and they'll get to wait till the quarters. Every team fighting for a chance to go to Mullet Arena to play in the playoffs like last year. How great was that? It was Tuesday, 2 quarterfinals, Wednesday, 2 quarterfinals, Thursday, 2 semis, and then a championship on a Sunday. And a great game that was, Notre Dame and Centennial, with Centennial winning 4-3 in overtime on a goal by Ryan McCaughey, who now plays for the club team up at NAU in Flagstaff for the Jacks, the Lumberjacks. Up in elevation. Best part maybe about NAU was watching one of their football games. They have a great football team in the Big Sky Conference in FCS. And NAU, every time they score a touchdown, you got some Lumberjacks back behind the end zone cutting a tree. Chainsaw, the tree, the whole thing. So they live up to the name. It's not just regular, we're Lumberjacks, we live up in the forest and we cut tree. We'll cut a tree down in that sky dome that they have up there in Flagstaff. So it's pretty cool. Maybe we'll get something for that Ryan McCaughey every time he scores for them, if they could maybe cut down a branch. Maybe it'd be easier in a hockey rink to do a branch rather than a whole tree. 1:40 to go in the third. 4 goals by Mountain Ridge, all by different players. Sean Bailey, Brady LeVake, Mason McCosh, Josh Haggerty. All even strength except the goal by McCosh was a shorthanded goal, his 4th shorthanded goal of the season. Frakes watches his man back behind the net, picked off by Burr. 70 seconds to go in the third period. Milstein pokes it ahead. Gilchrist takes a hit. Frakes his 1-on-2 with the Mountain Ridge defense. Goes around Jones. Frakes shoots. Save by Stiller. Keeps that shutout in place. He's faced 14 shots tonight. Grantham, one more try. His shot fought off by Milstein with the right shoulder. Frakes the other way for Brophy. Looking to bully his way into the zone. Haas lost it. Frakes in front. Tried the turnaround shot, but he couldn't get anything on it. And Stiller makes the save. I think Frakes is more just upset at himself. He had a great chance in front, as you see right there, but just couldn't get much on it. And Brooks gave him a little check after the opportunity. 27 seconds to go. Mountain Ridge wins the draw, and they're going to win this one as well. A dominant effort after being off for 2 weeks. They haven't played since October 19th. Here's Brooks at the blue. His shot blocked down. We're going to get a whistle and a penalty. Interference, the call. So one more try, one more whistle before this one's over. Frakes to the box for interference. He nods his head. He knows what he did. So Mountain Ridge will get unfair, only 10.5-second power play. If you're going by the stats, I guess their power play percentage is going to go down if they don't score here. Unfortunate for them, but everything else has gone great for them. Foreman will take the draw. They're going to put the penalty up on the board. And they're going to drop the puck. Brophy just wants to hold this one and get out of here. With the kill, Burr puts it all the way down. 3, 2, and 1. That'll do it. Mountain Ridge with a shutout win. 4-0 over Brophy here on Sunday night. 4 goals by 4 different players. Sean Bailey, Brady LeVake, Mason McCosh. He went Shorey style. And then Josh Haggerty. For goal number 4, they scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. Final shots, 37 for Mountain Ridge, 14 for Brophy. 14 save shutout for Easton Stiller. His numbers continue to go down in terms of the goals against, up in terms of save percentage, and up in terms of wins. Now 7-1-1 is Mountain Ridge, 7-1-1 is Stiller. Brophy falls to 3-7-1. Played pretty well defensively, just couldn't capitalize on their chances they had early, and then didn't get enough chances late either. 4-0 the final. We thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.